nice to see that every year when you come back, you have the same, a handful of the same people who come back just to socialize with their old friends. 2 years back, the lessons were centered around coral reefs and protecting coral reefs. Last year, we did lessons on the pine savanna and protecting that ecosystem. This year, biodiversity and the importance of that.
Wow.
We're talking about the rising tide. Hey, hey, hey.
Actually, Tide is trying to conserve our biodiversity, so it's good to let the children know so they can carry it home and tell their dads and their little sisters and brothers about it and how to conserve biodiversity.
Because without it, we won't be having a good life.
For me, it's just that people, well, it's the loss of habitat. The way people are destroying their homes, like when they destroy the forest.
The biggest threat to biodiversity right now has to be habitat loss.
It is important because then, there are lots of trees and animals in our environment, and sometimes we do need them, and then it is best that we take care of them.
Right now we got when I said the second largest barrier reef, right? And that's important to me for make we got the second largest in the world. And we have to protect it. If we don't protect it, then we end up without.
I think the biggest threat could be, one, we as humans, activities that we do. Could be, example, deforestation. Some people, farmers, for example, they probably clear down a portion of the forest to do farming, and they don't do reforestation or plant back at least one tree. I think that's one of the biggest harms, because we will habitat loss, animals migrate.
We take for granted that the earth will always be this way, we'll always have a ton of species, and we'll always have everything we need, and so we use what we want and we don't give anything back, and so that's the biggest threat.
Right now, we're trying to conserve biodiversity because certain species is going down, so we're trying to find ways on how to build back those species, especially the lobster in.
Put a sign by the roadside that marks no littering.
By not fishing when the season is closed.
My favorite endangered species has to be the manatee.
The manatee.
A dolphin.
Turtle.
Manatee.
Jaguar.
The hicatee. A dolphin.
The scarlet macaw.
Turtle.
The toucan. The scarlet macaw.